walking down through the seasons of my youth. And I recall a box of rags someone gave us, and how my mama put the rags to use. They were rags of many colors. Every piece was small, and I didn't have a cut. It was way down in the fall. So guys, good evening to everybody, and welcome to my live broadcast once again. Who was that? I did not see the name, but I appreciate you. Good evening to everyone. As you join me, like and share. This is going to be an interesting program tonight. Like and share is going to be an interesting program tonight. You've seen the topic. Background check. Background check. That is the topic for tonight's program. Background check. Well, this evening I'm in the mood to speak. So just, bringing your friends, family members. This program is going to be an interesting one. You got the gist now? This is going to be an interesting program tonight. And there are so many things to learn here in this program. And let me tell you, for those of you, there are some people who feel they know better. You can learn from anybody, from anyone. Are you listening to me now? So, I appreciate you so much. I want to see the name of this person that is giving me roses. I want to see the name. So, guys, how are things going on with you? And tell me where you are watching me from, because this evening the program is going to be an interesting one. This person just came out this evening to just, bless me. You see the blessings that is coming my way. You see, somebody just saw me and decided to just keep blessing me. I appreciate you so much. From Italia, Corey, Corey, I think that's the name. I appreciate you. So guys, God's last born is in the building. God's last born. Yes, it's showing me love by liking and sharing. God's last born, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, God's last born. Thank you so much. And every other person that has joined us. I appreciate you guys. It's going to be an interesting broadcast. Let me wait for more people to join us before I start telling my story. Well, if you are seeing me for the first time, you can as well. You follow the page. You can go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and subscribe to my YouTube page. On all social platforms, you can follow my Facebook page at Uncle Rodi, my TikTok. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I told people that I am rich. Some people don't believe it. I have people, a lot of people who loves me. Patrick Pattis appreciates you. I have people who love me. You see, have you seen it now? How people are blessing me every day. I go live. You see people show me love. But then this evening is gonna be a hot one. Miss Mendes is in the building. Miss Mendes, I appreciate you. Thank you for the like. These are people that have been on this page for a long time. These are my people. Whether I'm doing good or bad, they are there with me. In good times and in bad times. They are in good times and in bad times. They are there with me. There are people, yes, there are people, they are waiting for you to make it before they start to celebrate you. If you're waiting for me to make it before you begin to celebrate me, well, that celebration, that's I don't acknowledge, I don't want you to celebrate me when I've arrived. Do you understand me? I do not want you to celebrate me when I've arrived. Celebrate me when I'm still down and show me support when I'm down. It is not when I have made it, you say you know I was going to make it, or you knew I was going to make it. When you see somebody struggling, that is the time to show the person love. This is why I respect so many of my core followers here. People who began to follow this page when I had few followers. Whenever they join me, my live broadcast, you see them like, share, show support. And these guys, I appreciate so much. Not people that come. There are people on the page, not because they love me, because they are here waiting for mistakes from me. They criticize my videos. They fail to understand I am a human being. I am not perfect. J Prince, I see you. I'm not perfect. A video can be nice. I can make a nice video today, and tomorrow my video may not be so perfect. And you've got to bear with me because I'm human. But there are people, haters, who are waiting for opportunity to pull somebody down. Such people are not friends. Guys, welcome. Clifford, what's your question? What's your question? He said, this person said on Facebook, I ignored his question, so he has to unfollow me. Get away from here. Are you feeding me? Because you said you asked me a question and I did not answer you, and you will unfollow me. Get away instantly. Move. Before you followed me, thousands of people have been following my page. You asked me a question. You said, because I did not answer you the question, you want to unfollow my page. Who are you? Do you think I live from social media? Who are you to say? So if nobody notices you. Nobody notices. Do you know the kind of person I am? You said because I did not answer your question, you will unfollow me. Get away instantly. Are you breastfeeding me? Are you paying my rent? I have not even seen you before on this page. You are threatening me that you will unfollow me as if you unfollow me. If you make that comment again, me, I block you, you move out of this place. You unfollow me. So you see my contents. Do you think I'm anyhow? Man? Do you think I'm any kind of man? I'm not a beggar. I'm not a beggar. I'm not desperate. You get the point. This person said he asked me a question because who are you? Where do you come from, self? Get away from this page. Get away. I don't want to see you here again. You asked me a question and I did not answer you. You said you will unfollow me. Do you know how long I've been on this earth? See this person. So because you are watching my videos, you think I'm anyhow man. Guys, welcome. Don't make that comment again. You unfollow me. My Facebook is approaching 42,000 followers. You are is one person. If you unfollow, I don't even notice you. I've not even seen you before. My TikTok is close to 39,000 followers. You, one person, you are saying you want to unfollow me. You are threatening me as if my life depends on you. You are a nobody. I don't beg. I've seen your name. I watch out for your comments. If I see some kind of stupid comments, I don't want to know who you are. I block you and that's it. You know the look face? Guys, good evening and welcome to my live broadcast. How you guys doing? Somebody just came to upset my program this evening by making some kind of stupid comments. Guys, 1 minute. So I'm back. Man, it's cold here and I'm having running nose. It's cold, you know? It's cold. I'm having running nose. So guys, you're welcome this evening. You know, such kind of person is not supposed to benefit from this program. This person that made that comment, you are not supposed to be here because I share my wisdom with people and a lot of people, but you are not supposed to be here to benefit from it. So guys, you are welcome. The topic for this evening is background check. Let us go. Some days ago, like 2-3 days ago, I dropped a video on my page. In that video, I said, who you marry in life determines if you are going to be successful or not in life. Listen attentively. You know, as we get older, we learn more and we gain more experience. Now, the person you marry in life determines how successful or unsuccessful you are going to be in life. Don't argue me. Also, the people you meet in life, also the people you meet, the people you meet along the way determines also how successful and or unsuccessful you are going to be in life. There is something that I realized. There is something I found out about life. Nobody but our ancestors practiced it. Our ancestors practiced it. Guys, don't forget, the topic is background check. Listen, there are families you look at today, nobody is doing well. No matter, there are families, they may be 10, 15, 20, 30 in number, 5. Nobody is doing well in that family. Listen attentively. There are some families you look at today or you go into, they may be 2 or 3 in number, but then everybody in that family is doing well. Guys, listen. As you watch this broadcast, share it for people to benefit from it. Background check. So now, our ancestors, before ever they married anybody, before ever they go to marry, whether man or woman, what they did background check. Why they did the background check was to go find out what runs in the bloodline of that particular family they want to get married into, or they want to marry from. Listen attentively. Listen attentively. I'm here to talk and I'm not reading comments at the moment. So listen. Most things that are happening to us, a lot of people, is from the gene, from the bloodline. That is why they say the spiritual controls the physical. Most things that are happening to a lot of people is from the bloodline. It's genetic. Let's go further. There are families, no matter, I've seen people that have struggled so much, touched money, yet they became poor. I've seen men and women who have done everything humanly possible to make it in life, yet they ended up poor. I have also seen people that did not struggle enough. They did not even make much effort, yet they became rich. In fact, many of the rich people you celebrate today, many of them are not smarter than you. Many did not work harder than you. I'm telling you. Let's go further. Man, when I share my experience with you, I tell you what I've witnessed in life. And if you look very well, if you are observant, if you look very well, you would see some people who struggled, worked hard. They traveled abroad, made money, bought cars. did everything. Yet, at the end of the day, today they are begging for bread. They are broke. What do you think that caused it? What do you think caused all these things? Now let's go. I will leave this issue of rich and poor. I mean, getting rich and poor. Let's go further. There are some families, they don't live long. Nobody in that family lives long. There are also families that lives long. If you go to that particular family, you see some members of that family live beyond 90, 100 years. Attentively, I witnessed it. There are some families, genetically, they live long. Some families don't live long. There are some families, most members, I mean, all the boys and most, that is, many of them have all died. You only find one or two people that are still alive. Let's go further. Now, I'm telling you what I witnessed growing up. There are also families where you find warriors, brave men. That is, you see some men and women in that family. They are fearless, they are brave, warriors. It runs in the gene. And then you see another family. Members of that family, they are cowards. They are fearful. That is, genetically fearful. They are afraid of trying anything. They cannot, they are afraid of a lot of things. Listen. Now, there are also families. Man, I want to flow this evening. There are families you go, I've seen it. Everybody in that family is short. They on average, they don't have tall guys or tall women in that family. Everybody in that family is short. You see some other family, they have giants. I'm driving home a point. Listen attentively. Well, I had a cousin, and that my cousin, they are all so dark complexion. And their family name, their surname, means dark complexion too. Nobody in the family was fair complexioned. There are families you go, you see most of the children and some people, or a mix, they are fair complexion. Listen attentively. Well, I've given you guys few examples. Now let's go further. There was a way our ancestors solved all these problems without all this Western, what is it called? Interference. There was a way our ancestors solved these problems. But today, because of immigration and so many things, we don't do background check anymore. See, I want you to benefit from this video. If you are from a poor family, that is, if you look back, I've told you guys a lot of stories. If you look at your generations gone, your great, I mean your father, your great, I mean your grandfather, your great grandfather, if you know your family tree, if you know your ancestors, if you know their records, if you discover that your family members, nobody is doing well in your family, listen attentively. This is not juju. This is not prayer. Listen, this is This is practicality. If you discover that nobody is doing well in your family, since you were born, even you've been struggling in vain, what you've got to do is, if you are not married, you go marry from a family that is doing well, because that gene, that thing flows in the blood. It's not like you see somebody that is doing well. There is what is called generational wealth. Yes. Generational richness. It's not like somebody who became rich today, you rush the person. They have history of wealthy people in their family. Now, this was what our ancestors did. This was how they solved their problems. If you know that you are from a very poor family, whether you are a woman or a man, then maybe this thing flows in your bloodline. You don't know why. What you've got to do is you go to rich family and marry from rich family in order to mix things up. You go take that gene. You go take that gene so that even the influence on that woman that you married or that man you married will bring light to your family. If not immediately, your children will perform better than you. Your children will perform better than you. I told you before, a blind man cannot lead a blind man. Understand me. A blind person cannot lead a blind person. That is, you cannot be poor and you don't know why, because of your poverty, you go marry a poor woman. We are facing, I'm telling you what I did not know before. If you discover that you are not intelligent, you will know that you are not intelligent. Let's say, academically, you are not intelligent. When it comes to wisdom, you don't have it. You will know that you are dumb. If you discover that you are not smart, people will tell you. What you've got to do is, when you want to marry, go look for a very smart woman, a clever woman, or a clever man. You cannot be dumb. You cannot be dumb and you go marry a dumb person. Listen, a blind person cannot lead a blind person. If a blind person leads a blind person, both of them will fall inside a pit. Both of them will fall inside a pit. Let me tell you, where there is darkness, I want to talk this evening. Where there is darkness, if you want to remove that darkness, you put on light. Yes, to chase away darkness, you've got to put on light. Without light, that darkness will remain there forever. Listen attentively. I observed something. My father, my biological father, was a very small man. His brothers were very small, very short. I'm giving it to you pure. I remembered when I was very little, either I saw my father's mother, she was small. I believe I saw her, she was very small. When I look at my paternal, that is my father's side, all my relatives were small. Nobody was tall, or nobody is tall. Listen attentively. What my father did was, my father went to a family that they have tall men and women. I'm married from that family. My mother was much more taller than my father and very huge than my father. All of us are giants. When my father was alive, my father could not even reach my shoulder. Are you listening? Are you hearing? Are you listening how to mix things up in life? You cannot be short and you go marry a short person. You do not then want to solve your problem. If you are short, I'm telling you how our ancestors solved their problems then without Western interference. They were very wise. You cannot be a short man or a short woman and you go marry a short man. Your children will be, all of them will be dwarf. All of them will be on the ground. You've got to balance it. You've got to mix things up. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Some people don't know this. When I said, the day you chose your wife or your husband was the day you determined your destiny, some people thought I was joking. That is the truth. Most people you see enjoying life today, it was as a result of the decisions or the choices they made. Or do we say they were lucky? If you are lucky to marry the right woman, the right man, a woman who has blessings in her gene, riches in her gene, you smile. If you marry a man or a woman who has cause in her lineage, in her bloodline, you regret. The blessings of your woman will affect you. The causes of your woman will affect you. The blessings of your husband will affect you. The causes of your husband will affect you. It is no lie. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. The thing is, a lot of people do not even, I did not realize these things. It took me years. If you discover that your brothers are cowards, some people are poor today because they are cowards. If you discover your brothers and your sisters are fearful, you discover that these people have that fearfulness in them. What you've got to do is you look for brave men. They may not be rich, but if you look at that family, you see brave men. They have courage. They are fearless. You will see them. You will see men and women from a particular family. Every now and then they show bravery. Every now and then they show bravery. So if you discover that your brothers are fearful, your sisters are fearful, they don't embark on any adventure, they don't take risk, they are not courageous, you go marry from a family that they have brave men and women. Go tap from that gene. You go tap from that gene. Your children will possess that gene. They will be brave. They will be adventurous. They will do things that will marvel people. You cannot be a coward and you go marry a coward. Two wrongs cannot make a right. A blind person cannot lead a blind person. Some people may come and say, do you know? Many people do not know. You need to be, a spiritual guru to overcome things that flows in the bloodline. You've got to be a spiritual guru to to overcome foundational problems. This is why I keep telling people, see, if your family is poor, if you're from a poor family and you happen to make it, that is, you are the only one that made it in your family, others are down, you've got to protect yourself with every power you have. I did not tell you to go do juju. If you are the only person in your family that made it, some things flows in the bloodline. That means you are extraordinary. If you are lucky to, you got to guide yourself big time. If you don't guide yourself, they pull you down. That thing that has been, I mean, you never need to go again. You've got to guide yourself. That is why sometimes the only way is the hard way. You've got to be hard to protect yourself. You have to be hard-hearted to protect your position in life. Don't doubt me. I have a cousin, from my maternal side. That my cousin, back then, we played together, we lived together. I do not need to go deep into details. All the children of my mother's, that is, she was my aunt. That is, my aunt seniored my mother direct. All the children she gave birth to, none is living today. All the children she gave birth to, 4 children she gave birth to, none is living today. None. Who did you marry? In which family did you marry? I'm giving it to you raw. Even we are all asking what happened. Everybody is asking, how come? All the 4 children my aunt, that was my mother's sister, gave birth to, none is living today. Where did you go? Who did you marry to? Who did you marry to? You cannot see. You cannot see. Okay, look at today. Many people are miserable because of the choices they made in life. Many people are miserable. You're working hard. You are working hard. You go to work every day. At the end of the year, nothing for you. 10 years, nothing. 20 years in abroad, working hard, nothing. You keep wondering. You keep wondering. What's wrong with you? Does it mean you are not working hard? You are working hard. But why things... Let me tell you. I've said it before, and I'm going to repeat it again. Hard work does not guarantee success. Work does not guarantee success. You need favor in your life and what flows in your bloodline. Or you better be a yoke breaker. You better be a yoke breaker, a warrior. That's another way out. So guys, I came out to share this evening with you. I've delivered my message. I've delivered my message. I'm gonna, if you are seeing me for the first time, I've got plenty stories to tell you guys. Somebody said, do I want to go again? What are you expecting? You want me to, I force myself to come out and talk to you guys. What do you want? Tell me what you want. Yes, Daniel Omenai. I think that's it. Daniel Omenai. I see you. I appreciate everybody that, I mean, gave me roses. I appreciate everybody. Raphael, hard work does not guarantee. Don't allow anybody. Okay, let me go. Let me spend some time with you guys. Charlotte, I see you. Let me spend some more minutes. VB, I see you. I see everyone. Let me spend some more minutes. I see you. Thank you for the heart. I see. I appreciate everybody. Let me. All what I am a very intelligent man. But let me tell you, all what I've made in life was as a result of favor, or you may call it luck. What is favor? Unmerited, what is it? Unmerited grace or whatever. When you get what you don't deserve. All what I've achieved in life just came my way. The major success just came. I did, you may say I'm intelligent, but most of the things, how do you explain? Somebody, I was stranded in a place. Somebody saw me, gave me $2,300 to make a move. Somebody who does not know me, I did not work for him, I did nothing for him. How do you explain that? How do you explain people accommodate you, feed you, they don't allow you to pay rent? How do you explain? There are people nobody want to accommodate. If they ask, if they make a request, people will turn that request down. There are people who are not favored. There are people who are not favored. When they go to a place, they meet, do I call it, how do I put it now? They are unlucky in life. There are unlucky people in life. Yes, there are people who are unlucky. I'm telling you, as I'm making this video, I know somebody who lives in America, 30 years, he is still hiding. 30 years in US, he has no documents. He is still hiding. 30 years. Some people went to the same America 5 years after they became citizens. Story plenty. Fellas, fella asked, how do one protect himself? Fellas, I just came out, man. I just came out. I'm home alone. I just came out. This is something maybe we are going to run it. Maybe tomorrow I'll have time to spend more time with you. God's last born. Let me tell you, God's last born said, hard work, working smart equals to success. I'll give you instances now. Okay? Let me give you a typical example of somebody, a passenger that I carried some years ago. I will tell you the story of this man. There was a man, an European man, who lived in America for many years, for decades. This man lived in America for more than 30, 40 years. He worked there, made money, purchased a house. He bought a house on credit, paid off the credit. He had cars. He was doing well for himself. The man had no intention of coming back to Europe. He loved living in America. Now, this man told me, the man told me at a time he became sick. He caught cancer. He became sick of cancer. I did not know what actually happened because, I drove him to his destination and he was telling me his life story, how he became broke. He was a successful man. And then in America, in USA, he caught cancer. He became sick of cancer. He said, in order to treat himself, he said he sold his house, sold his cars. At the end, the man became broke. He worked hard all through his life until he became sick. He said in US, he said he sold his house to treat cancer. How do you explain it? He worked hard. He had everything. But at the end of the day, he became poor. He had to relocate to Europe here because of the social system in Europe here. The man told me. How do you explain it? I've watched videos of I'm talking about both whites and black, in US, in Chicago. I saw a man who said he worked all his life. He worked for 42 years, a very old man, and he ended up in the streets. He worked all his life, and the man, as at the time I watched the video, the man was homeless. Some things flow in the bloodline. You don't understand. Or do I say there are people who we are not able to overcome their demons? If you are not able to overcome your spiritual problem, you cannot overcome your physical problem. I'm not telling you a lie. Most of the people you see homeless, living on the streets, they were not able to overcome their spiritual problems. Some may tell you they did not know actually how they ended up on the streets or in the streets. This is why you should be spiritually alert in life. You need to be spiritually alert. Well, if you marry a woman or a man who is not blessed, who has some kind of ill luck running in their bloodline, the light in you should overcome that darkness, and you've got to be a toffee. Let me charge my hand. See, let me go further. Don't make the mistake of being too sympathetic to people. There are family members or friends, no matter the amount of money you give to them, they will never make it. You giving them money is just like you wasting that money. There are people, maybe a brother, a sister, a cousin, friends you know. If you, no matter the amount of money you give to them, it will be wasted. This is why I said you've got to protect yourself. Somebody who wants to be useful will be useful. He does not even need your money. He will use his brain or what he came, the favor, the grace, the blessings he came into this world with will see him through. Yes. There are people who came into this world with special grace. They are extraordinary beings. You see how things will be working for them. Where they tell other people no, if they go there, they tell them yes. There are people like that. There are some people, they have sold everything in their family, yet they did not rise. They did not achieve success. If you like, carry $100,000 to establish. Wherever they go, if you like, take them to Japan, to Australia. The same will keep paying. Some, you take them to Japan, they turn to drug addicts. While others are making money, some will turn to drunkard. You spent your money, you carried a brother, a sister. Somebody say, come to abroad and come establish business. They use that, some will take that, use that money and carry women or host parties. It's not a joke. Some people, when you ask them, boy, how did you go? What happened? They cannot explain it. Sometimes, certain things are set up spiritually to hinder you. Yes, now. Some people, a woman, a man can be set spiritually to come and ruin your career. After killing your time, ruining your career, that man or that woman will move. If I tell you stories, you will not believe. Why do you think, let me refer, they say, wash and pray, or pray without ceasing? They say, pray endlessly, be watchful. Now let me go further. I've said this in before, and I'm going to repeat it again. You see all these footballers you see playing ball you are watching on television. They are not the best footballers. They were just lucky to be discovered. I've said it before. There are better footballers, but their luck did not shine. Nobody discovered them, or injury stopped them. Or they met the wrong people. They met the wrong people in their lives. Yes. There are people, all these musicians you see that are singing, they are not the best musicians. They don't have the best voice. They were just lucky. There are talented musicians. People with golden voice, with good voice, but they don't have that opportunity. I appreciate you. They do not have, or they did not. In fact, so pray not to meet, you said the wrong people, destiny destroyers. This life is too deep. I told you, it depends on who you met in life. I appreciate you for the heart. Thank you so much. I will share with you stories. I will share stories with you, even you will marvel. But maybe not now. Maybe later. I will share stories with you. You will see this life. It depends on who you meet in life. Who you meet in life will determine how far you go in life. Not only who you married to. There are people you meet, they will block you. They did not know you before, but they will be against you. They don't know you, but they just many people came to abroad here. How do you explain 10 people traveled to Europe or to America? Out of that 10 people that traveled, 4 or 3 were deported. Maybe 10 people traveled, 5 or 4 were deported. What was the sin of the 4 that were deported? The other people that are living in US today, what made them successful? A policeman, an immigration officer will see you and first you say they will make sure they ruin your career. Sometimes they will put allegation on you, and the other person will be favored. How do you explain it? How do you explain it? How do you explain 10 people were inside the car? 10 people were inside the car, and that car had accidents. 6 people died and 4 people survived. Are you telling me that the 6 people that survived are more righteous than the ones that died? There are so many things we are going to look into, maybe tomorrow. Life is deep. Life is deep. You understand what I mean? So, our ancestors were wise. Before they married anybody, see in Europe here and abroad, many of us did not even know who we married. We don't know the background, what runs in the family, in the bloodline of the people we met. Then, our ancestors never married anybody because the person was handsome or beautiful. They married the person based on what flows in the person's bloodline. That was they did not marry anybody based on physical appearance. So guys, thank you guys for being part of this broadcast. I want to end the broadcast now. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow I will have time to spend with you guys, and we'll, Yes, so I've seen plane crash. Plane crash. Some people survived and a lot perished. How do you explain it? Plane crashed. A lot of people survived and a lot of people did not survive. Does it mean that God was not for the people that died? I mean, God wasn't there to protect the ones that died. Do you want to tell me that God favored the guys that survived and did not favor the guys that died? Well, tomorrow is another day. I want to say, take care of yourselves. You can rewatch this video on you can rewatch this video on my YouTube page or Facebook page. So I'll come out tomorrow. I'm going to spend much time. I just want to share. Charlotte, I see you. I appreciate you. So, good night to everybody. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow we continue. I don't want to sit so much now. So, tomorrow we continue. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everyone. You know, when sometimes we come outside, we crack joke, and sometimes we address serious topics. So many topics coming up tomorrow, or so many programs. So take care of yourselves, and well, somebody said one of his friend was deported from Holland with even work permits, but now that friend is a billionaire in Africa. Well, we are going to look at it tomorrow. Maybe if I have time, if I remember, we are going to address this gist. Guys. Thank you. Good night, and be blessed. Tomorrow is another day.